welcome to 20 Questions. This is episode 1, been recorded in February 2018.
Smashed it.
Nailed it. On today's panel, we've got Joe, Antoine, and Manch. This is the first quarter, so we're going to have 5 questions. The panel will get to vote yes or no at the end of each question, and we take a drink at the end of each question. Question number 1. Should they have stopped Star Wars after the original trilogy? A nice non-controversial
Slight start.
Well, the last new one was good. Like, the first new one was good. Of, like,
I'm going to say no. Yeah, the last 2 were good. Rogue One was really good.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 3. There's going to be a lot more, maybe too many, which is a different question.
Yeah. But
I feel like this question is entirely based on how terrible the prequels were. That's the entire basis of the question.
Well, yeah.
but also
They were quite bad.
But also then, like, because Disney have bought it, you have the thing where they're just going to keep, like, churning, like, hundreds out now.
I mean, I have a lot of Star Wars merchandise now in the last few years.
Yeah.
More than I've ever had in my entire life.
But then is it not become like Star Trek, where it's just like, oh, rinse, repeat, new film, new place, new character, like adding all big shit to the universe, and it's like not written by the original people, and then it's not really Star Wars anymore. Like how they hide all the books.
Yeah, because you've read like the books and stuff, which I guess would have been written after like the 3 films, the original.
So they were like the books. I think the books were out like before even the second, like the new ones, like episode 1,
the prequels, yeah.
Like so, and they're like they've just got rid of everything from them. Mm-hmm. So now that none of that is like canonical.
Yeah.
So you can't cite that as things that have happened, which is good because it's fucking stupid, most of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so then, but if you get into that, we're just like, they're just going to have to keep like making shit up over and over again for new films.
From my perspective, because the original, or not the original one, the first remake, so episodes 1, 2 and 3, got like a lot of shit, like a lot of bad press. Uh-huh. Everyone be hating on Jar Jar Binks, which is fine. But
it's fair.
It's fair. That's fair. But from my perspective, I went to see that at the cinema, and I must have been like 13 or something. So I didn't take away from that straight away, like, fucking hate Jar Jar Binks. I was like, how fucking awesome were fucking those Jedis in that film? Like, I love
those. The episode 1 particularly. I love that.
Yeah, like Liam Neeson and Ewan McGregor, like, badass. So I didn't really get hating on that. So I was kind of like happy. I remember getting annoyed, I think maybe in the second film, when they had like a really extended storyline with Anakin Skywalker and Natalie Portman's character, like literally rolling around in fields for like fucking days. It was just like, we get it. They're like, fall in love, move on. But generally I was like more or less happy that they were a thing. And now even more happy now. But then I do like the idea that if there had only ever been the original 3, I still think they would have been. Well, I think they would have been regarded with probably more passion now than if there hadn't been any.
But that's just like, is that not just like a classic thing in storytelling where it's like it's better if you don't show something, basically. So you say you pick 3 things out of like a wider like universe. You allude to all this stuff existing, but you don't actually show it existing. It's like in Pulp Fiction. Pulp Fiction would be bullshit if they showed you what was in the briefcase.
Yeah.
Like, so you never know what's in the briefcase because there can be nothing which can match like what your expectations of the briefcase is. Yeah. Whereas now they're just, I think, they're going to just pump out loads of films. But if they're good, then it's fine.
Good, yeah. And
there's like if they're good, that's fine. But there's an alarming amount of them.
Yeah.
But then if they're given, they're just giving trilogies away. Yeah, trilogy. It's like they're going to be good. It's like the Game of Thrones guys are going to make some good shit within the Star Wars universe. I think it's worth it. What's your opinion? You're the youngest here.
Yeah, so I was interested to see when it came out and how old you were. So if you were 13, then I would have been just baby.
Yeah. When
the episode 1, 2, and 3 was coming out. Mm-hmm. So I think I grew up with that but then I was always told these are shite and 4, 5, and 6 is much better. I don't think I could ever decide. But I don't think teenagers are ever going to watch those.
Those as in the
The episodes 1 to 6. I don't think people watch that anymore. Like people that haven't seen it unless they've got older brothers telling them to, but they've run out. So
sold to Disney in 2012 for just over $4 billion.
it looked like you read that from the card in front of you. Did you memorize that, or did you write that on the card?
Just knowledge. No, I've got facts. Yeah, as a professional, you know, I've got facts.
It's not a video podcast.
It dropped in so seamlessly.
I know. Yeah, so $4 billion, and then the thing I did remember though, because I looked at it and didn't write that down.
Yeah, he looks down at his card.
Oh no, I did write it down. I did. It's already made over $4 billion in box office revenue. So basically,
I was going to say that sounds cheap.
yeah. Like the first one, the first new one that came out was over $2 billion in the box office, and then each and every other one since, including the Rogue One, is at least $1 billion. So it's like Disney are already, and like you said, if you're buying the merch, and they can just be pumping them out, then it's.
What did you say was $4 billion? It cost $4 billion.
So Disney bought the kind of
For
company
$4 billion.
$4 billion.
That's ridiculous.
Ridiculous as in ridiculously pricey, or
Is that not a lot?
yeah.
It's a lot, yeah.
It's not a lot.
So at the time,
Looks like a good deal right
at
now.
the time, it was like holy fucking shit. That's a lot of money to buy. Like no, it wasn't really seen, but then they've proved that
Right, it was worth it.
it was absolutely.
But that's because like the first one was good. If they'd done like another episode 1,
Jar Jar Binks. Oh, shit.
like so it's kind of it's because they did it well. Basically, it's worked out for them.
Yeah.
But like the thing is, presumably when they buy that, they buy like all the rights to all of the Star Wars merchandise for everything, presumably
Yes.
as well.
Yeah.
So
Comes with it, yeah.
that just seems kind of like, well, you're gonna make that back at some point.
Yeah.
Like not necessarily that quickly, but it's
Yeah.
like the amount of fucking Star Wars shit that gets pumped out, you're gonna make it back eventually.
So the question: should they have stopped Star Wars after the original trilogy? I've got a nose across the board.
I think
thank
yes.
Joe thinks
I
yes,
think they should stop them.
and that way it would have just been that awesome.
Yeah, it would have just been like good, and that would have been it.
That would have been it.
They yeah, like I think in like Hollywood and in like American TV, they like milk things until they're dead.
Yeah.
It should be like The Office.
Yeah. So I guess the longevity now of Star Wars will be, you know, many, many years, possibly decades, but eventually it will peter out and die.
Or they'll have to keep changing them. It'll be like James Bond. They'll have to keep changing, and then it won't be like James Bond. It won't be the same. Do you know what I mean? It'll be different.
Right, so question 1, the answer to should they have stopped Star Wars after the original trilogy has been voted no. So long live Star Wars. Right, time for a drink.
So you're really upset over there.